Let's get ready to rumble.
Mississippi Queen. We're getting party's about to get started on this
Big
one.
Daddy.
We got a big show lined up for you, everybody. We got the fastest, biggest, rising detailer on the TikTok on this one.
Oh.
He's been you ain't on TikTok at all. I don't know what you sleeping on it. But where's your TikToks?
TikTok reminds me of like my
You
ex.
flopped on TikTok. You posted one Ivan video, went viral.
That Ivan video got 1.3 million views. Shout out to buying views. What isn't that what people are saying these days?
Everyone buys the views. Yeah, that's what you do. That's the only way to get views. If you pull out the credit card, no such thing as organic growth. Or actually improving your content. You know, I gotta give you a hand. You've really stepped up the content.
I told you.
Thumbnails, you were at my house, the tutorials.
Let's talk to me as to why it got good. Because here's
no more Blair Witch. Yeah, I just roasted you until you finally.
What you said. You were in my house. The disrespect from this man. He's in my house. He goes, I'm gonna be honest, Eddie, you suck. He goes, your editing sucks. You suck. And then what I did was I took what you said and I started taking a class on Udemy on how to edit with DaVinci faster. Mm-hmm. And I got the keyboard, the keyboard situation, and I started doing it. So when you came back with Nick here,
like this thing, look at this. I don't even know how to work this thing with this.
But I got this one. So when you came back here,
advanced one.
I was like, okay. And then we were in my room, and we were in. I was doing all these, and I was showing you, look, bro, I've changed. I got the lights.
You stepped it up.
I got the lights. I got the freaking mic. I got the.
Because you like a good hard cut, and I'm like, that's too hard. Like it's too
she likes
give some breathing room. Give some breathing room. Get the color right, and go subscribe to Shine Your Light Detailing. No Tim over there. He's been killing it. Almost 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Tim. You'll be there in no time. Player haters ball at Eddie's house. That's what I'm talking about.
So he called me out when he came back. What I do, Jamie? What I do? I said, "Come upstairs. I got you." What I do?
Stepped up. We got lights now. We got the sit. Look, we need more of them. But that light you got. I don't know how much that thing costs, but
I got two.
That light is sick.
I ain't playing no more, dude.
No, that light is nuts. Changed the game. Just a little lighting, good lighting, man.
Yeah,
it may change the whole video concept. But there you go, everybody. We got Drago in the house. He's about to jump on here. Before we do that, let's drop.
Wait, time out.
Time out.
Yo, Alex. Where's Alex? He's in Iceland on the podcast.
I don't even know where Iceland is.
It's over there by Iceland.
Is that like south of what's the North Pole? It's cold up there.
It's two brown people asking each other questions. You in the wrong place asking those kind of questions.
Alex, where's Alex? Where's
bro, let me Google it because you asking the wrong. I'm telling you,
he sent us some Google images. I'm like, those aren't real pictures.
No, I thought he lied. I thought
that's insane.
Yeah, where's Iceland? Nordic Island, right? North Atlantic.
Nordic Island.
Iceland location. Iceland is near what? Is near
way north. I see. What's your thing? You don't even know where. It's Europe. Just up there, all right?
Yeah, dude, that's up there. Like
Iceland is the small one near Europe. Yeah, so it's over there.
Greenland and the islands, in Norway. So it's by Norway over there.
Look, Thor, Iceland coming soon. All right, look, we'll I don't think is there anybody detailing in Iceland, Alex?
Dude, that'd be nuts.
What you think?
Be nuts.
He says that he really took those pictures. I don't know if I believe
Alex, he knows how to use that iPhone, Gus.
Yeah, those pictures were nuts.
Strong.
Those pictures were
his iPhone. So look, if you missed it so far, we talked about Jamie calling me crap about editing my videos, how I suck at making content. So I switched up my whole content game. We talked about Alex being in Iceland. Shout out to 1,000 because we're trying to get Tim over there to 1,000. Shining like
Tim to 1,000.
To 1,000 subscribers, and then you're gonna drop some heat. Hit him.
I'm gonna drop some heat on you. Look, it's time to really announce this brand. All right, so Eddie's been telling you for months now. He's like, Luminous is coming. Luminous is coming. Luminous is coming. Give him a little bit of what's Luminous. Why are they coming? Then I'm gonna drop the
heat. It's a brand out of Korea that makes detergents, protection, and they don't just make in the middle detergents. They're competing with Labo Cosmetica in terms of acid wash, premise, the waxes, slaps, their coatings are wild, and then they make their stuff, all their stuff from beginning to end is real good. So I've been testing them for a while. Luminous brand is nuts. from affordability, and then you have dilutions. Then everything is dilutable. Like you tried mint. What was your thoughts on mint?
Yeah, wasn't it like 1,000 to 1 dilution?
1,000 to 1. It was 2 caps and 5 gallons of water.
For a bucket soap.
And it was slicker than most people's 4 ounces.
One of the slickest soaps I've ever used. It was nuts. Real good soap. And we used it on a trash car. So
beater.
Even the grit wasn't slowing down the Luminous. So here's a little sneak peek of what's to come, everybody. Welcome. It'll be here 20, 30 days, I think, end of May. What you think? Hope so. We'll see how fast the boat gets here. But
errors happen, bro.
Luminous.
The most hyped trailer I have seen in a hot minute, dog.
South Korea is coming once again. Hot brand coming in hot, and they will be joining us at SEMA.
Yeah, they're actually going to be part of the booth. So we have a big, we're talking SEMA. Our SEMA booth is massive. You guys don't get it. The brevity. Our SEMA booth this year, we already got it. It's actually huge, massive. No, it's probably my fault.
Yeah, it's somebody. We'll fix it. It'll be all right.
But yeah, Luminous is coming. Not only do they do protection, so if you like Kataba, you're gonna like them. But these people,
they're gonna complement Kataba pretty good.
Yeah,
Kataba's got the protection on lock. Luminous has the soaps on lock. They also have a bunch of good coatings though. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun when we get them live and in prime time, everybody. So don't forget to join the Thor Business Program. 35% off Detail Co. 20% off THORCAST. 50% off everything else. Get some big savings joining the business program. Scroll to the bottom of the website, all that good stuff. Join our Facebook group too, the Thor Facebook group. If you haven't, we're on there. Everyone's on there. And this week we're running the week of fresh. So save 15% off all buy bombs to April 30th. And everything else you can save Drago 10. Give the man a little kickback. And speaking of Drago, I don't know what exactly he's doing on the other side of the screen, but I think it's part of the bit. So let's get him on here. He's the Mississippi King of detailing. He's live on the TikTok. He's doing big things. I think his favorite scent probably is Juicy Melons. He's man with plan, Mr. Big Daddy himself. Adam, Drago's Detailing. What's going on, man?
What up?
What's up? Look, we got a fence to fix, right? So use that promo code, right?
Man, yeah, I got a tree to chop up.
got a tree to chop up, got to fix a fence. So you had an unfortunate event happen a couple weeks. Go ahead and give us the rundown of that, and how's everybody doing, all that kind of deal.
Yeah. So long story short, I was doing a detail. My wife was working. She was on her lunch break. She decided to take the girls outside. I just finished my detail. I came in to shower. And as soon as she went outside, I heard a loud crash while I was in the shower. The power went out. We had a giant tree fall in our backyard. And unfortunately, it claimed the lives of one of our dogs. The power lines ended up hitting my 2-year-old.
Is she okay?
So, yeah, she's better now. Every time the wind blows, they get worried. But yeah, it was a very close call. Could have been much worse.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, man.
It's nuts.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so you've been heavy, on my mind lately. So I'm like, let's just get Drago on the podcast. He's been using a bunch of detail code. He's going to talk about it. He had a rough detail today, everybody. So he was telling us about the rough detail.
Use the choice words you used in the back.
Can't do it.
How was the detail?
How was the detail today, Drago?
Fuck that detail.
One of them disasters.
I've never seen him have a bad attitude, but he talked about that detail, boy. His demeanor changed.
Definitely ain't video on that one. That's for sure.
So keep Drago in your prayers while they get over the situation there, because that can be a tough, like you said, like the wind blows now and you get a little, it's just it can change you a little bit, something like that. If it happens fast, happens quick. Sorry about your dog. Man, Drago 10. He's got a fence to fix. So Drago 10. Next Thor order, use his promo code. Give him a little kickback.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna let him recover this episode. We were gonna do a live demo, but I said, Drago, you just talk about the detail code. How you been enjoying the detail code lineup, all that good stuff. But let's start off with Drago's detailing. I like the story of how you got your name and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my dad was a Navy SEAL. His name is in the SEAL teams was Drago. That was what his nickname was. So I just named my detailing business after his
you name somebody Drago, you know he's a savage. Like, you get a name like Drago, dog, you different.
That's a legend.
Yeah, you different. Like,
yeah, I think I saw you post like an article or something a couple weeks ago on him. That was pretty cool. He seems like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. We don't talk a whole lot, but we're not a really huggy feely family anyways. But I'll talk to him, once a month or once every couple months or whatever. But he's in a different country like every couple weeks, it seems like.
Well, he raised a real man, right? So you're not real. You guys don't really say I love you or hugs. And he's a man. Like he shoots. He jumps off planes, dives in water. He's a man. He raised to be a man.
Yeah.
I still hug my dad. But he raised me up being a man too. He calls me a pussy sometimes. I take it though. My dad calls me what he wants. I'm fine with that. Okay, my dad's a real man too. But I'm like,
look, I'm still waiting on that pressure washer your dad's gonna send me.
Dude, hey Drago, listen. My dad has a pressure washer that's older than all of us. All right, that mug used to be plugged into the wall where you used to have knobs for fuses. Do you remember back in the day you get a knob for a fuse? I go to visit him. It's been like 10 years. He says, "Be that Junior, call Jamie the cleaner, see if he wants this piece of and he says it, and he makes me call Jamie on the phone and makes me put him on FaceTime. Yeah, that's my dad. Shout out to my parents.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take it, sure.
Yep.
It was like behind some old plywood and stuff.
What is Drago doing?
He's posting on TikTok. Look, you can't keep the TikToker off TikTok.
Yeah, no, you can't pull the comment out, dog. You can't. You're over here flicking me off. I'm like, what are you touching?
Look, we'll pop them up for you, all right? But Becca says sorry for your troubles. Like, they're all.
Look at this guy's big finger, bro. Your finger is massive, dude.
Shout out to Fences. Like, they're popping off in the comments, all right? All right, Drago. So you had a disaster detail today. He don't even want to talk about it. Look at him. He's like,
no, he's different today. Hey, you know what? I don't need you to come back happy. I'm removing him until he comes back happy. Hey, you need to come back. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm gonna take him out, bring him back in. He's acting real weird right now. All right, everybody. Drago detail, Big Daddy Yum. Hey, tell us, what was the detail about today that pissed you off? What about it pissed you off today that it changed your demeanor? What happened?
No chemical, no process, no whatever they call your flow sheet, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. No chemical, no piece of equipment. no stain came out. It was red stains. I don't know if it was juice or wine or paint chips all down the side of it.
Yeah, we all, if you're in the game long enough, you're gonna get that vehicle. That's just
Not me.
Yeah, you just say no.
I just
say, come get this trash.
I'm to the point in my life. Well, you do this for a living, so I can't talk to you. You have to take everything that comes, because that's money, right? You don't say no to money. That's the dumbest thing in the world. But it's the lying. It's when they come in.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
And they say, "Oh, it's not that bad." When I learn right now, when they say it's not that bad, I'm doing an inspection. I had one guy who did a drop and run. You know what he did? I was talking to another customer. He was picking his BMW up. Guy's like, "Hey, I left my truck here a day early. Come on outside." I'm like, "Okay, I can't talk to you right now." He leaves the car and he leaves the key in the truck. What do you think it was? I had Wanda in the downstairs crying, bro. No, because none of her stuff was working. None of the cleaners were working. She was using like Clean Toe, and if you know Clean Toe slaps, right? Clean Toe Interior Plus. She was using that. She used one that we were testing that you tried here, that you were here, that you thought it was good. She hated that. She used Sword. She hated that. She's like that. She finally went in, found Yum, and she started using Yum for everything. And she's like, "Oh, that worked, Dad." And I was like, "Take the steamer out, bro." Wanda was pissed. So steamer, I get you, dude.
Yeah, it's not that bad at $300. So that definitely set you off on the wrong pace, huh? He told you he kind of undersold his detail, huh?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, that guy.
But Drago is he's so mad.
He's still mad.
He's going on the block client list. I had to hide my website from him or something.
All right. Well, you've been using a little detail code lately. You got the whole lineup back there. What's been your experience with it so far? With your normal details, have used not that aren't
most of these. Interior protect, fire, iron remover, fire, interior clean. Iron remover is great. Like that stuff actually smells really good when you actually spray it out of the bottle. And the fact that it's kind of lubricious, you can clay on top of it or use a clay towel or whatever is game changing. So it speeds up, saves a little bit of time. And then the neutral soap's great. Foam's great. Yeah. Those are my favorites. Interior protect is at the top though. This stuff slaps.
Yeah, that stuff's nuts.
Explain, so interior protect, it's like the finish. It's not overly glossy. It's easy to apply. It doesn't
like
streak.
A new plus finish. You know what I'm saying, Drago? Like the new plus. Put it.
Yeah, fully restores conditions, gives it that shade, darker appearance.
I don't know if you hear us?
I hear you.
Yeah, he's going live on the TikTok
right
now.
Pissed, he's still got the eye. He's still, bro. Let's have a kumbaya mo. He's still pissed. Look at his eyes. Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you try Loki yet? We made that for you.
Yeah,
we made that for you. That was when you want to flick off, rinse and wash. You just use it as a soap.
Yeah. Where's it at?
The green one, right next to lightning, all the way to the left. That one.
That's probably
yes.
There we go.
Yep. I used 2 ounces in the foam cannon, and it does foam amazing. So, yeah.
Yep.
It as a rinseless wash though, I don't think it does well. I don't know. I don't know what to say without making people feel like I don't love my own stuff. Let's all sing Jesus Loves Me for Drago. Hey, you know what can help Drago out? Use Drago 10.
Drago 10.
The first 5 people that uses Drago 10, I'll send you an Odin coating in your order. So the first 5 people will flip the wheel. I'll send you an Odin coating. The rest of y'all, I'll send you a 16 ounce of Loki.
There you go.
And but you have to use Drago 10.
Drago 10. There you go. That's a pretty sweet deal, though. I was. Did you see my update on Odin? I sprayed a little water on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think Odin does as good as thick.
You were convinced. It's darker. It's hydrophobic.
It's like, no. I'm gonna be honest. When you put it side by side, I was like, thick was doing God's work. And then when you polish it and you put Odin on, you try Odin yet, Big Daddy? Big Daddy. You try Odin yet?
Big Daddy.
I had usually, I still got to use Pan's 8-year coating, man. I got that thing sitting. I messaged him last night and said, hey, what's the shelf life on this stuff?
Tell Pan you're not using that trash. Tell Pan I only use Crystal Serum Light.
Look, Conway mad. You start talking about Odin, Conway is fired up. All right, you need to settle down over there.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Conway's. If you guys, that guy, first of all, he's thick, dude. That guy,
dude. Conway made a video.
Dude, he
was
like 500 pounds. That guy's thick. But also,
here?
Drago, he does God's work on sanding, like custom cars. So he knows what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, we should go check out Conway's shop.
Yeah, we should go to Conway's shop and eat pizza.
That'd be nuts.
All right, Drago. So walk us through. Look at this guy. He's so mad. He don't even want to be here. Walk us through what you got going on. So you tried all the stuff. Which one did you like the least?
Who's Drago's cousin?
I don't. And this is not a biased review. I'm not a paid actor. I have not used anything yet that I don't like. They're all great. I tried some of this in-game compound on my truck. Fire.
Oh, nice.
I have not used the low pH or the high pH soap yet, but I have used the neutral soap.
What pad you pair up with in-game? Hey, you got a cousin named Dixon?
Do I?
Chingy Blingy said something about a cousin.
Cousin named Dixon. You got a cousin named Dixon, bro?
No, he means Dixon my ass, dude. I fell for that on TikTok the first time I went live.
That's funny.
Somebody got me, dude. So now I've been doing that to everybody else.
That's funny. I knew it was going somewhere.
I was like, do we gotta see this? Podcast is off today, and I'm loving every minute of it. Dixon.
All right, what pad you put in game?
I use the Kokemi one-step pad with it.
Oh, that's a pretty good pad, yeah. You got good results. What'd it look like? What'd you compare it to?
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. This feels, it's not quite as dense and, as the Detail Co. one, but it's got a decent cut. But I already had this pad opened, and I wanted to try it. This is one of my favorite pads. So,
I'm in a process of finding myself again when it comes to polishing.
And what happened to you?
It's like not the burning paint part, because I care less about that, right? Like I paid my I paid my dues, bro. The $300 for a little bumper. I paid my dues for that. It's the more, how far can you go? How far do you want to go, and how far you can push yourself, right? Because I'm never content. I think that's the worst quality to have as a human being. It's never to be happy. So, Drago, are you content where you're at in your detailing career? If not, what's one thing you want to see different come up in 2025?
I want to pick up the Rotary more.
There we go.
For sure.
Now we're talking.
That's a lean, mean cutting machine.
That's
right
a cutting machine. Cutting machine. Look, you get down with the Rotary. It speeds you up. It speeds you up. You get the cutting and buffing in. Look, sometimes the bumper's gonna fly off. All right, it happens. Okay,
don't
it's part of it.
Bumper, dude. Hey,
look,
Drago, I have never in my life.
Single stage bumpers. Avoid. Okay, avoid at all costs. Plastic single stage. Don't do it. All right. But you know what? On a good 2-stage clear coat, you good. Make sure it has a primer.
The Rotary.
I haven't heard that story, Eddie.
You didn't hear it? Oh, sorry. All right, so listen, this is God humbling, right? This is when I knew God had my number. I knew He had it before because He's pooped on me a couple times in my life. This one was wild. So
it was coming for you, all right?
It was time. It was Pan. It was Jamie. It was Nick from Yum, and we were in the garage going live. We were doing Small Business Week, right? We were going live, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I yell it because I feel deeply in my soul. I'm better than all these fools at polishing facts. That's how I feel. I'm like, Jamie knows when I get to it, it's game over. Right? So we're live streaming and we're doing we're doing just fine. We wash the car, we're talking Detail Co. We put Endgame on. First of all, Endgame's mad aggressive on the wool pad, okay. All right. I put Endgame on this wool pad. I'm only on a speed 2.5, 3. I'm on a speed 2.5, 3 on my Rotary because I don't go past that, 1200 RPM. And I'm cutting and Nick's behind me, right? Nick's behind me, and we're cutting this car, and he's polishing behind me, and then all of a sudden, this is what happens. Let's watch this. This was the day. Look at my skills. Look.
Here we go. We're getting into it now.
I'm cutting that bumper. I'm doing God's work on that bumper. You see what I'm saying? It's working it out.
Got the death grip on the cordless rotary. Going to town. Did the Detail Co. wool pad.
Mm-hmm. And I get to this point. Get to the point, dude. Get to the point, because this is where I got humbled. And this is live. This is a customer car, by the way, right?
It's coming.
So I'm doing all of it. I'm hitting the emblems. I'm hitting the corners. I'm not going too hard here. Right here.
Here we go.
Look at my technique. It's a flat pad.
Everybody.
It's a flat pad.
Hold on, not yet. You still cutting. You still getting down on it. Look right here. Okay, now you went flat.
I went flat.
Shabam! Look at that.
Bam, the paint. You see that paint?
There it is. Paint gone.
Bro, that deflated me, bro. It took the wind out of my sail, dude.
Live in prime time, Drago.
That paint came smooth off of there, dude. It didn't even hold on.
No,
it wasn't even an edge. So I don't know why. At that moment,
Louise was there.
At that moment, I changed my tune. I said sorry. And you know what? I think it was a lesson too, because the guy who I did the truck for, he was watching it live. So I think he was waiting for me to say that I didn't do nothing. So when he left, when he came, you guys, Jamie, I said, hey man, I gotta be honest with you. I burnt through this corner. I gotta pay for a bumper repair to get it repainted. He's like, yeah, I saw it online.
He's like, I saw you melt my bumper off. Yeah. We threw some temporary, touch up on there. Even the touch up job. I didn't want to even take the touch up paint.
No, that paint was the worst paint I've ever seen. And I even had the guy who called me, his name, shout out to Jack's Auto Body. He's like, yo, whoever painted this bumper before, because it was repaint, didn't put primer on it.
That's why I didn't stick. It was it was almost like a latex paint. Like you could peel it up once it got going. Like it was weird.
It was a setup then.
It was a setup. It was a full-blown setup, Drago. Someone set us up.
Read this, because this is what the emoji came up
at that moment.
At that moment, my whole day changed, bro. And I guess the lesson I learned there is like, you're not immune to anything that's gonna happen to you. Does that make sense? You're not immune to having bad days. You're not immune to having, things happen in your life. So you just gotta take it as it comes. I could turn that into the worst life ever and just lost my crap and said, cut this mug, I'm done. But it's like you gotta go with it. Like it's life.
That's life. Yeah, it happens. It was a good time. I think it made it even more dramatic. Everyone needed some extra to go on to after that, and then all the rest of the day we just worked on that dang that burn.
Yeah, that burn was wild, dude.
But even if the paint shop said something,
yeah, the paint shop said whoever painted this before, because it's a repaint,
trash can,
did not put primer and it didn't stick. So I didn't even use insurance.
Eddie, you should have just stopped what you were doing for content, and you should have just looked at the camera like.
Yeah.
No, I looked at it like no. At first, I was like, in my mind, I said a few swear words, and then I was like, "What in the? What happened?" I've never had. I even went when we took Nick back. We had the Tundra. I went and hit the Tundra with the Rotary. No paint came off my Tundra, and I was like, I don't know. But yeah, to this day now,
no primer. No primer.
I'm okay at polishing. I'll never say I'm the best again.
Yeah, I'm never the best.
There's this quote.
You took
right?
hits.
There's this quote that says, "When you win, say nothing. When you lose, say less."
Yep. So, there you go, Drago. There's a lesson for you. Look, we gotta get you on this Rotary though, for real. You got any Rotary machines yet, or not? No. Not even. No.
I got a mini Rotary, the little EB210 from Shine made, but
that's pretty good. What should he get, Eddie? First Rotary. No, you know what you should get. Go down to Harbor Freight. You get you a Hercules cordless. That thing rips.
I was thinking about that because I do have the drill already.
It's good.
Does it run off the same battery?
I think so.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah. No, it's real good. It's real good. Go get that, Drago. That's real good.
It's a dumpster fire.
And then if you like it, you can get something better down the road.
Get the corded one. And number one, here's another failure.
Nah, forget
Drago. I'm trying to cheer you up, okay? I'm trying to cheer you up. I've been in this game for way too long. So Auto Fiber came out with these little pads you put on your DA, right? So the pads on the DA doesn't really state, don't use on Rotary. Or maybe the print's too small. I put that mug on a Rotary. Wow. You know what I'm talking about? The microfiber UFO disc.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this customer come in, and I'm burning, I'm turning. You know what I'm saying? I come in, I go, and I start doing this thing, and Wanda starts yelling, "Dad, smoke!" I go, "Smoke? What? What are we smoking? What are we smoking?" All of a sudden, I burnt the seat.
I think I took the mugs off the website.
Burn the seat, bro.
He's out here burning leather.
I know it was a cloth seat because I use it to, do a dry extraction because you come in, you spray it, pop, 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 pop. It actually burnt the fiber on the freaking seat.
Yeah, it's microfiber. Heats up real quick. Microfiber on cloth seat.
Yeah. So I never do that again. I just use brushes now.
Those things are awesome, though. Those helped us a lot on that disaster detail we did.
I would never use it again, period.
Have you guys tried these yet? I just got these in the mail the other day.
They wouldn't
These
restock.
Are the KCX ones.
They're having problems restocking the UFO pads, so
yeah, we got our own.
Temporarily. We got a drill brush Drago. Look here, got you.
Right, why Drago over here selling everybody else stuff?
Yeah, Drago. Hold on
I thought you were a family. I know you're upset today, and you don't really care. I thought you were a family, dog. You want your coupon code to be used or not? They can't buy that at the store. You need to cut a tree down, dog. You want your coupon code to be used or not? Like
you gotta get this new fence. All right, we're bam! Look at that brush set. Got a nice box. Actually, get the toilet bowl brush. Get the little one. Get the big one.
I never brought the UFO pad ever again. Not that it's a bad tool. It's just for me.
Yeah, I love them.
Nunca más. Never again, dog. Ever. Period.
Well, you got to follow instructions. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it on DA, dual action. You can't be going ham like that. Speed 3 on cloth seats.
I just want to bring up Reggie Cox for a minute.
Let's bring up Reggie Cox.
That man's crazy. So these brushes here, he's talking about flick your wrist to dust the carpets. What do you mean, dude? That does not make sense to me.
What he means is this, bro. He wants you. So him and this other guy came out the 2 pH cloth cleaning system, right? So you got Ductale and then you have Glico, and they came out the brush. So now it's a 3 pH because of the brush. And what you do is, you know how you vacuum your seat? Well, he says what you want to do is before you hit it with like Ductale and then you put Glico first and Ductale, you grab it and you want to take the brush and lift up to dust it up. But I'm like,
you take the scan grip and you point it up and then you flick. And then if there's still dust coming out, that means there's still a bunch of contamination in the seat. So the acidic is supposed to break down like all the dust in cloth seats.
It does not do nothing. But here's the thing. Good question. Good question, Mr.
Where's Reggie?
What's the deal on getting Odin for free? The first 5 people who buy, I'll spin the wheel. That person who spin the wheel get Odin. The rest, I'll send Loki for free in the order. And that should just help Drago out. He lost his puppy. He lost his.
He needs a new fence.
He needs a new fence. Today's not his day. Like
he did a disaster detail.
He's doing the lift, the little flick lift.
He can't get the Reggie brush the word.
Yeah, you guys having a bad day. Right?
Don't let this man pressure you guys. If you want to use that code,
use the code.
Use that code. Use Drago 10. All right,
that'd be great. Drago so I can buy Husqvarna. But
what?
Yeah, I got to buy Husqvarna.
What the heck is a Husqvarna?
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
Oh, yeah, I don't do real work in my house. I pay somebody. Hey, Jamie's like, who cut your grass? I don't know the dude's name. He does a good job. He's got my edges right.
That's funny. Anyway, back to it. You got a fence to pay for, all right? Drago 10. Make your order. Next order. Drago 10, all right. Anyway, back to Detail Co. So we talked about in game. What was next on your list, Detail Co? What'd you like?
Interior clean. The sword.
That was good. Sword, you like sword? Yep. Appreciate it.
1-to-1 dilution everywhere.
That's what Sock likes too. 1-to-1.
I like it straight. I mean, all right. Here's I'm gonna be honest. Sword is real good. The versions of sword that weren't good were the ones that Jamie wanted to add.
Approves of chainsaws.
He wanted to add vanilla cream to the scent of sword.
That's right.
So we get the sword scent, and they come and they send it to us, and it smells like someone threw up vanilla pudding inside of the bottle. Yeah, worst scent ever.
And they're like, it smelled good when we shipped it.
Did you guys release that one?
No.
Nah, can you imagine we released that? My Lord help us.
Those were mega flops. I had a couple of mega flops on the way to the product line fully coming out. I bombed a bio bar. I made the worst smelling bio bar in the history of bio bars.
Saddle Cheeks did smell like anus. It was the worst scent I've ever smelled. We had this whole commercial lined up, Drago. We had the horse down the street. He was going to come ride a horse, and we were going to show sweaty cheeks and him getting onto the horse. And it was going to cut to me sitting in a Tesla and putting the bar under the seat. But we get the samples, and we're about to go do this when he comes. We open up the sample, and we all start gagging. Even my wife in the room was like, "Oh," like it was the worst ever. He's not allowed to pick scents anymore, by the way. Just in case everyone's wondering.
What was this supposed to be? Leather?
Yeah.
I'll save this for Q&A. We'll do a Q&A at the end, everybody, if you got questions. Yeah, it was supposed to be a weathered leather, like saddle leather kind of scent. I grew up with saddles and stuff, so that's like amazing. I love that scent. Didn't work in the bar though. Smelled like straight just cheeks. We could have changed the name to Just Cheeks, and it would have been right on point. So flop with the interior cleaner with the vanilla scent. It didn't work because their odor remover is just too strong. So you got to pick odor remover, chemical, or scent. I picked, I'd rather have the odor removing capability over a good smelling product. So,
but Wanda said on Chrissy's podcast she hates Sword.
Hates it.
So we're in the middle of doing something.
Mm-hmm. It might get a little bump.
Last week, I actually had a client. I went and picked it up about 35 minutes away. I get there, and she asks me. She said, "Do you armor all the interior?" And I thought she was asking because someone else screwed her or something. I was like, "Hell no, I don't armor all the interior." she was wanting it to be shiny, so she said, "I like a little bit of shine in the interior." Oh. Yeah, I've got some different dressings that are more glossy than others. I said I normally put like a matte or satin finish.
Mm-hmm. Me and Drago got the same neighbors, all right? This is the same conversations I be having with my neighbors. They be pulling these cars in. You gonna armor all it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I just say yeah. I'm like, yep, sure am. I'm gonna armor all the mess out this thing.
I disappointed that lady. I was like, hell no, I don't put that in
there. Dude, people in the South, they wanted armor all. They it ain't that bad. It's got throw up in the back.
Oh my Lord, you guys are.
They don't give a dang, son.
You know what? This last week I learned what that bass boats cost close to $100K. You ever seen a bass boat cost $100,000, Drago?
Mm-mm.
I saw this bass boat. Looks like Rick Ross owned it. It has spinners. Dog, it was the most wildest
Phoenix boats.
Yeah, the wildest bass boat I've ever seen in my life.
Let's see if I can find the picture real quick.
What did you think about Guardian for the interior? Did you use that, or what did you use to give her what she wanted?
Yeah, what did you use to give her what she wanted?
I didn't have Guardian at that time last week, but I used an aqua gloss at like 3-to-1 and a paint gun everywhere. She wanted a glossy interior. She got it.
You got it.
How glossy is that? How glossy is that 3-to-1?
If you take McGuire's Tire Shine and spray it out of the can, that's how glossy it was.
Oh my Lord, bro! And she loved it.
She loved it. I dropped it off. She's like, "Oh my goodness!"
That's hilarious. Well, you gotta do it. You gotta, customer wants it. You gotta give it to them.
I ain't letting people use that on my car. Last Armor All product I use in my opinion, I use in my car. I traded in the next week.
Dude, where's the boat? Can't find it. Oh well, tried.
So then, Drago, what's business like for you now? Since you do this full time, how's it been? And what are some things what are some advice that you want to give people online listening about starting a detail business from home? Like, what's some advice you would give them starting out?
Learn content creation. That's taken me places that I never thought I would go to. Just pick up a phone, start recording. I just use my phone when I video.
Phoenix boom.
And but that's definitely a game changer. I don't even have a Google page or anything like that. And I stay booked 6 and 7 days a week, a month or 2 months out sometimes. So it's
do you start taking deposits? When you started, did you take deposits, or do you do that now?
I did at first because I had like a week of cancellations back to back to back, and that hurt because I wasn't that busy back then. But since I've been so busy, it's like if someone doesn't show up, I'm like, fuck it, just have a day off.
Yeah, that's what I started doing too. I'm like, oh, well, guess I got a day off. You know. Yeah,
me, I just lie down, got time. Like it's to the point. Like I love detailing. Detailing is something that when I'm off camera, I really enjoy. When I pull the camera out, it becomes a job.
It becomes a job. Yep.
When I work for a customer,
it's pretty hard.
When I work for a customer, it becomes an expectation, meaning they expect more than what they paid for. And I think the customers now are so aggressive with what they want that their pocketbook can't support their wants. You know what I'm talking about? Like example, I get a BMW that comes in. Dude says, "Hey man, I just want an inside out and a light polish." I'm like, "That's gonna be more money." You know, I don't take a polisher off nothing. He's like, "How much more?" I'm like, "If it's just when you think of light polish, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a wax, hit it up real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Cleaner polish."
Yep.
And he's like, "Yeah, that's something like that." I said, "Okay." I priced him. He comes back. He's like, "I thought you polished this." I said, I gave you a cleaner polish. If you wanted a paint cut, that would have been another $1,000.
Yeah, he came in wanting the mirror.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you said light polish. This is what you get. If you want a mirror, for no good reason, because it'll probably be scratched up by the time you wash it next.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do it.
I've had one client like that as well. Where,
what did he say? What did he do?
I brought it back to him, and there was water spots still on it. And they were like, it had been parked under sprinklers for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But they weren't coming out even with a one step.
Mm-mm.
Like I tried to one step the hood, and I was going to take it back to the guy and tell him this is what a one step looks like if you are interested in doing something like this. And he was walking around the entire vehicle just looking, and he was so confused. And I was like, "What's wrong?" He said, I thought this would come out." No, sir, that's gonna have to be polished out, and I charge extra for that. He just paid for an in and out detail, inside and out, but it wasn't a paint correction or anything like that. So I could tell he was disappointed, but at the same time, it's like I'm not doing that for free. I'm not doing it for a full detail price.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people will bring you something like that, and they'll be like, "Can you just buzz this out for me?" And they schedule a basic clean, basic wash, basic interior or something. Can you just buzz this out for me? And if it's like like one little scratch, I'll say like, "Yeah, but yeah, sometimes they'll bring in like that and be like, can you do something real quick for me? Like, there's nothing real quick that can change this this process here. Like, but it's just education factor. You got to walk them through it, that kind of deal.
But at the end of the day, even education doesn't really, they don't get it. So it's like if you're starting a detail business, I think expectations are conversations you have to have up front, and don't be so. I understand that some people are in different positions than I am, but don't be so about the love of that money. Be in a position about the time, because your time is something you can never get back, right? Yep. So if you're just doing 9 hours and you divide 9 hours by the $500 they paid you, was it worth it to you? That's a question you have to ask yourself.
Yep, I think the last disaster Tahoe I had, that's when I was like drew the line. I was like, never again.
But you keep doing it to me. You keep doing it to me.
You make some good content sometimes. You drop the bio bomb. Yeah.
I'm tired, bro. Every time you come over, I don't schedule nothing.
They're fun. They're fun every now and then. Sometimes, especially if there's two of you. But
that one that I had today,
Tahoe, it's not fun.
It made me want to change some stuff on my website. I'm fixing to just raise my prices all the way across the board because of this one detail. I was so pissed today.
That's pretty much what I did. Was I went down to I have one full detail. I only do the full detail. I don't do just interior, just a full detail, and then that's the full, just get it clean. And then I have the coatings, and the coatings is the only way you're getting any kind of polish is if you get paying for a coating as well. So it's 3-year, 5-year, full detail. That's my only 3 selections, and the coatings come with an interior.
You know what bothers me the most is like when
that worked out pretty good for me.
When they barter, right? Like, listen, dog. Do you go to McDonald's when you got to pay $8 for what used to cost you $1 and be like, "Hey,
I'll shut that shit down." Yeah, that pisses me off. When someone says, oh, "Can I get this? Can I get a discount? Can you do this?" No.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like I get everyone has their own hustle, but I'm like, you can't barter my time, bro. My time is expensive. Like that's something I don't barter. Like, or they're like, hey, can you throw this in there? I said, the only thing I'm gonna throw this in here is a bomb. You get that one for free. I'll put a little bar in there, but you ain't getting my time for free. I think that's the worst thing ever is when people try to barter for time. Man, it pisses me off.
Or it's funny, the last disaster we booked at Eddie's, I was like, he's talking to this guy on the phone, and he's like, I just got this car, and it's pretty bad, but I want to get it cleaned up. But how much is it going to be? He started the haggling process pretty early on. But I was like, just tell him we'll make a video and we'll get it done for him. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't do it for free.
We didn't do it for free, but we gave him a price and said, we'll make a video for him. We'll get you right. We'll get it cleaned up. And then he's like, okay. You gonna do the engine bay too? And I
was like, nah.
We
at that moment, this is what's messed up about Jamie. At that moment,
I walked away.
He got so pissed. I usually when I get calls like that, be like, no, I'm booked. He says, you know what? Just he goes,
hang up on him.
Just take him. Wait, we'll start cooking. We'll buy bomb on this mug. We'll sit down. We're gonna do a good content. This will be great content. And we've been shooting content the whole day, right? We get to the car. He looks at us like, "Oh my lord!" He goes, "Oh my lord! What a dumpster fire!" He said, "This is." He goes,
"This is a Mississippi mess right here."
Goes inside, bro. he goes. He goes like this. He goes, "I ain't doing that car. Listen, I ain't doing that car." He goes, "Would the girls do the car? Hey, you think they'll do it?" One looks at it. She goes, "Yeah, it's not that bad."
Yeah, they're on point.
And he came back. It was like 2 hours later. That had so much dog hair. He comes back. Jamie, out of his own money, tips him.
They destroyed that. We should have recorded them doing the detail.
Yeah, that was nuts. They were nuts.
The transformation was pretty nuts.
Yeah, they were wild.
It was pretty fantastic. I went inside. I was done. Look, well, what happened was the night before we actually did the exterior. And the exterior is so bad. Nick's passing out. He's a giant. If you don't feed that man every hour, he's passed. He's like, I'm getting lightheaded.
He's shaking. I'm looking at him. I'm like,
you gotta go inside, dog.
He goes, guys. Hey guys, can we split it? I'm bloody tired. He goes, I'm bloody tired.
Can we split it?
He goes, can we split it? And then I'm like, what's wrong with you, bro? He goes, man, I don't know. And Bev looks at him and like, yo, Bev, can you make him an egg sandwich, please?
You gotta
come to find out he doesn't eat. So then he started eating like normal, and the guy buys 3 plates of food at once. He's like,
if you're over 6'2", like you got to eat like every hour, something substantial. All right, we didn't know that. We didn't know you had to feed the giant every couple of hours. So we were starving the man. So we were running him hard. So the next day, we're just like, we're done. Get the girls on this interior.
No, you said
the detail today that I was doing. Every time I'd stick my vacuum cleaner under that third row, something would plug it up. So this is what I was doing for 20 minutes.
Those are when you know you messed up. That's when you know you messed up. When the vacuum cleaner gets clogged every 2 feet, that's when you know you messed up.
I start gagging. I start work. I leave.
I ain't done one like that in probably about a year, but the worst.
I have Legos all in my driveway.
Drago, did he pay you?
Yeah, he paid me.
Good.
What you wanted though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Dang, what a journey today, bro. You had a life lesson today. You know what you do? You should put on your website. Disaster details, 90% upcharge.
Tax, stat. Where the merch, Drago? Where's the shirt
at? On my website, it says pricing is subject to change.
Yeah,
so when I tell him it's going to be this amount of money unless it's absolutely hammered, and he hit me with it's not that bad. And then I got the vehicle, instantly pissed. I was instantly mad.
Got to get pictures. Look, Drago got to get into carpet painting like Christian. Sometimes you just got to.
He can't spray paint over a toy, bro.
Spray paint the flat black, McDonald's fries and all. You just send it back to him.
Like I'm still at awe that he does that. I tried to do it the other day and I was like, what do I buy? What spray paint do I buy?
Flat black, son, the cheapest one on the bottom shelf. What's that one called? I forgot what it's called.
I don't know. Flat black. I'm nervous.
He should come out with a carpet painting system. It'd be hilarious.
I'm not doing that, dude. Like, we're becoming the chemical guys. Like, we don't stop. We're gonna be the new chemists.
I didn't say us. I said him. He needs to come out with a carpet spray system.
We got 90 SKUs. We got 12 carpet cleaners. Like,
Drago, what you think? That's a good question, Drago. You used the whole line now. Anything missing? What you think? Is it a complete line? What's your thoughts overall so far?
It's pretty complete. I don't know, the fact that Guardian is dilutable and you can kind of customize that to the finish you want. That kind of puts the nail in the coffin. I can't think of anything else that you guys are missing. You got the low pH, the high pH soap, panel prep, ceramic coatings, microfiber wash. Yeah, I'm happy.
We got a wheel coating coming. That's wild.
Yeah, we got a heavy duty wheel cleaner and coating coming out.
Yeah, we got an acid wheel cleaner that melt the hose off of Fremont. Like, you hit somebody with that mug,
and you can dilute it up to 10-to-1 for your water spot removing needs. Works real good. I used it in my shower. That was, I got that bad. You know that my water's bad, right? So if it worked in my water spots,
you heard Sal. Send them some coatings.
Pretty good. Ceramics are fire.
He said they're fire. You send them in. You send Joel and Sal some coatings.
I got you, dog.
You send him some coatings, and if we got the wheel one, send him the wheel one.
Yeah, I'll wait till we get the wheel one. I'll send him all of them. I was talking to Joel was working on a boat earlier, and I jumped in there. I was like, what's he doing on this boat? So we got a boat line coming out too, Drago. Wake Eater coming into May. So that'll be pretty fun. We're still testing, but we're still wrapping up. The product's about to go into full production, that kind of deal, wrapping up the labels.
Custom blends. We got one soap that is nuts. And it's actually like the fish could drink it. So
fish safe, yep.
You can wash in your boat. It's got certificates on it already.
We need to put a sticker on the labels with like a fish with a thumbs up.
It's like, yep.
Nice.
And it's you can actually use it in your car. I brought back my coating with it. So you spray it on, and it's thin. It's a thin viscosity.
It won't be thick foamers.
Yeah, because you don't want this in the river for 90 days, right?
Yeah, you don't want the suds to be floating around.
Yeah, but we got interior cleaner that protects. It's an interior cleaner that is nuts. But yeah, Drago, you got a boat or what? We sending you this or what?
Fish love soap. Yeah, you do any boats, Drago? No boats.
I don't have a boat, and I don't want to do boats. That gel coat is something I don't want to mess with.
Yeah, you gotta get a Rotary if you're going to start working on boats for sure. Yeah, so definitely hold off on that. I like doing a good boat every now and then, but sometimes they are past the point where you're like, oh.
We're still working on a marine coating. The problem with the marine coating is nothing. How do we say this?
Chris has a boat.
Marine coatings, you can't give an age statement on those because they really won't last. The salt is so brutal, especially if you're like saltwater boats.
Yeah, marine coating's pretty tough.
Yeah, so I want something that kind of industrial grade. We'll see.
Distilled water, VB, distilled water, everything dilutes distilled water.
I just use tap water. No, I don't care. I just use tap water.
But he pours it out when he's done with it. He doesn't
I dilute it, use it for my needs, pour it out.
Yeah, if you same day, you're just tap water's fine. But if you let it sit around, it'll definitely it'll affect it down the road. What happened? It's classic glossy, the knockoff. Look, that's the Temu version. All right, look, it's
bro. We taking L's. We got microfiber. Well, this is when you know it's a true startup, right? This is when you know it's a true startup because you got microfiber. Look,
classic glossy.
Classic glossy. I'm like, bro, we had to put something in place now where 3 people have to sign off on the label.
Send it down the chain or something. I don't know what's
it goes to me. It goes from the designer to myself. That Jamie reviews it, my wife reviews it, our support Ivan reviews it, and then they all have to sign a document saying they reviewed it because it's just me and Jamie, and we're Drago. He'll send it to me. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. I'm dude. I can't read. I'm like, oh, that looks great.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting a new Rotary.
Yeah,
Herrick's.
Hey, I haven't changed the oil in my Crenza. Is that a bad thing?
How long is that?
About a year.
I don't know. Oil. Once I need an oil change, I sell it. I give it away.
Or my wife ordered some oil a couple nights ago. It's supposed to come in. I'm gonna attempt an oil change on it. Maybe it'll make it quieter because it's starting to get noisy.
You know what? What I think is once you start to mess with the oils and stuff like Jamie did, they start to break. I just let it ride. No, for real. Once you start to mess with stuff like Jamie, this is the worst advice ever. This is my opinion, right? Jamie's out
literally
here.
The worst.
This is Jamie's out here. He changed everything on the AR-630 he got.
I did.
Right?
I changed everything.
He's changed everything. He changed the seals. Blah 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 blah. Dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. I gave it to him in pristine condition. Literally 6 months old. Less than 6 months old. Dumpster fire. He fixes it. Right. He has to put it in the shed. He prays over it. 6 months later, he brings it out after his pressure washer catches fire. It starts working again. And it's like, I'm confused. That's $800. So I leave it as is, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't do nothing. I don't mess with it. I don't care how loud it gets. If I could live through an active 2.3, I'm good.
Is that why you drive an electric car? Because you don't want to change the oil?
I don't change the oil, bro. I'm telling you right now, if it breaks,
if a light comes on, I took it to dealership.
That's why I told my wife, I said, always pay your bills because you got that good credit. I just trade that mug in.
I'm changing the oil in my truck last week, and I'm underneath it, and I punch a hole in the oil filter to get the oil filter to drain. And I thought I was being smart and clean and everything. I go to take it off, it slips out of my hands and falls in the platter of oil. The pan of oil I got underneath splatters all up in my face, all in the driveway. It was not fun.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not changing the oil on the Cremta.
Adamo says it's real easy, dog. There's not much. You just poop.
You know what I'm saying, right? Drago. You start opening seals, things start to act real, right? You put the oil in, and all of a sudden it's like it doesn't run the way it did. I'm like, no, I ain't mess with it. If I have to change an oil, if I can't get a car that has free oil change for 3 years, guess what Eddie does? He doesn't buy the car.
I'm leaving. Look, Adamo says he'll come do it for us.
No, I promise you. I promise you, I will never change the oil on that mug. Period.
Oh my goodness. Let's see if we got any questions here for old Drago before we get out of here. Because I got a premiere. Top of the hour, fun video. I check out Garage Therapy. And Eddie, what you think about that Snow V2?
It is listen, bro.
It's pretty nuts.
Everyone likes.
I was quite impressed.
I can't even say the name because I'll probably get sued. But
everyone likes Sugar Based.
This one slaps. You know what? Gonna send Drago one. Before we go though, we're gonna check if you bought something. Here,
you gonna check it? All right, Drago. Tough question. Polestar versus Sword. Polestar known to be the best in the game. What you think?
Sword has more bite than Polestar. So for cleaning, absolutely. Yeah. The Polestar is weak as shit when you dilute it up to like 1 to 15.
That's his opinion.
His opinion. Drago's opinion. Drago's opinion, everybody. All right, everybody calm down. Look, we just all got opinions here, okay? Everybody calm down out there.
Yeah, we got one winner here. So, David, I added Odin to your order. Thank you for supporting Drago. It means a lot.
He won?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Congratulations, sir. Yeah, thanks for supporting Drago. If you just tune in, Drago 10 will save you 10% off the whole store. We also got Fresh 15, save you 15% on Bio Bombs till April 30th. But after that expires, Drago will save you 10 on Bio Bombs as well. The man needs a new fence, everybody, all right? Look, he's had a rough couple of weeks. We're trying to cheer the man up. He's tired today.
Yeah, he ain't happy. Guys, we need him to come back looking fresh, okay?
Yeah, Drago. One day I want to come over, make it out to Mississippi, come check out the garage for sure. Yeah. Hang out a little bit.
For sure.
What part of Mississippi are you
in? Northeast, Boonville, Mississippi.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too far away.
Right, where is it that you stay at?
I'm like central Louisiana. About you know where Shreveport, Louisiana is?
Yeah.
I'm 45 minutes from Shreveport.
It's a 6-hour drive from here to Shreveport.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Eddie, why did Wanda hate Sword? No foam? Yes, it was the foam.
She said so. Wanda, what's odd? This is what's odd. So I think she's capping. So if the car's real greasy, doesn't foam until after the grease comes out because it starts attacking it. I don't know if you tried that, but she couldn't get Sword to foam at all. So we're working on something. It won't be for a while, guys, because if we come out with a V2, it has to legit be a version 2. I'm not just gonna add foam to it and it sucked. I need it to clean better, stronger dilutions, and has to, so V2 Sword is what we're testing now. Wanda's actually testing on cars she's cleaning. So she reused a bottle and a half, and she's testing on dirty cars, light cars, and she said it slaps. So once she gets through her testing.
There you go. Drago, what's your go-to for wheel cleaning?
It depends. If I'm not videoing, I'm spraying Dark Fury everywhere.
Oh, that stuff's really not the cap, son. You for real?
Yeah, that stuff's great.
Roasting everything.
What's the dilutions on the wheel?
Must have been 1 to 5. There you go.
1 to 5.
Dark Fury 1 to 5. Seriously though, I'm on the hunt for a good tire dressing. Guardian versus Detailer Shine versus Clean Dressing or Katiba. Those are some heavy hitting dressings. Drago, have you used any of these?
Sorry, my fault. I was dark chocolate.
Guardian and Clean Dressing are great. I've tried both of those. Clean Dressing's just kind of thin for me. I don't know. I put it in the tire sponge and it just soaks right into it. So
it's real thin.
And it's not necessarily the glossiest tire dressing either. Maybe I'm applying it wrong. I don't know.
No, he didn't want glossy. He wanted that matte finish. So he definitely.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, that's a great dressing. But I like kind of a glossy tire. So
there you go. Try Guardian straight and give me your thoughts.
100%.
Next detail. All right, what else we got?
Raw Sherpy's tire serum and Young tire serum slaps.
Yeah, I've been liking. Yeah, I like Dress V2 tire serum hit real nice. Mike G says Guardian needs straight.
Mike G got the coatings. I can't wait to see his test.
Yeah, Mike G's gonna
wait for you to see those tests.
Put them to the test. Put them to the test.
If ours beat Pans, Mike G, don't post it. All right.
Don't post it. All right.
Somebody save me, because that's what's gonna happen.
Post it. Post it, Mike G. Don't be scared. Post it.
Mike G.
Mike G posted. Mike G posted. Question, Drago. What's your go-to cutting compound? He's got to look in the cabinet. Hey guys. Adache.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. Ooh,
no, why are you capping, crazy. Son?
I've been enjoying that one.
Nah, Adache, if you know how to use it, if you learn how to use Adache right, it slaps. Adache slaps.
Yeah.
You like Liale?
Don't sleep on Mafra compounds.
You know, the Mafra heavy cut is better than Adache, in my opinion.
We should probably look into getting some Mafra.
I don't feel like it.
I haven't used this yet. I thought I have.
Yeah, Liale is
Liale
paint. So if you use it on like Honda paints and stuff like that, it does a real good cut, real good finish. But Mafra, hey, did you get Mafra cutting compound?
Dang,
no,
dude, that one is insane. That's like Angel Wax Resurrection on crack.
Really?
It's wild, yeah. But the finish is done pretty good too.
It's my premiere started yet. Look, we can't be interfering with the premiere, all right? So yeah, Drago,
UK Battle of the Brands.
I agree. What's right. I know it's still upcoming. I scheduled it for tomorrow. I'm dumb. I meant to schedule it for right now. Okay. UK Bottle of the Mothra? No, Mafra. Mafra.
M-A-F-R. I can't spell that word. M-A-F-R-A. Any questions for Drago before we end this and go to a premiere that's not featuring today?
No, I'm gonna go change the sentence and do instant premiere. So I'm about to premiere it. As soon as we end this podcast, I hope everyone comes, checks it out. We're gonna be checking out some garage therapy. We got some hitters, very concentrated chemicals. Good stuff, Drago. All right, what do we need to improve on, Drago? Detail Co.
Be honest,
what you think? What sucks? What we fix? He's thinking real hard.
I don't know. Because the BDE, I was gonna say, like, that one slaps too. You seen the video I posted when I sprayed it on the bugs? Mm-hmm. I let it sit for like 20 seconds and rinsed it off, and
that's
99% gone.
That's nuts. 20 seconds. Yeah, you didn't
tire
let
browning,
it eat.
Man.
Did you use BDE on tires? You said? Did you like it?
Yeah, loved it.
So the one thing about BDE that we noticed that has to change, and this has to change, is it hits your throat. The only thing I like hitting my throat is coffee. This thing, you spray, and you choking out. So we changed that. We're working on something, but I think that needs a change. I would love for Nemesis V2 to come out. Sword needs a change. And Shield. So feedback we got is Shield's busting, but we could tone the scent down a tiny bit.
What you think? So you like the scent, Drago?
I love the scent. Yeah, more of it.
Wait, was it too strong? Wait, see, I get conflicting because some people love it, some people hate it. Maybe come out with unscented shield, and keep shield the way it is.
I'm a huge scent person, so shield that leather scent is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I call it leather musk.
What is you guys' glass cleaners scent?
Chemicals.
It's just chemicals.
It's the best smelling chemical ever.
Yeah, I call it barbershop.
Yeah, it smells like grape or something to me.
No, it's no scent. Just the cleaners in it.
Yeah, so I guess you don't. So from your perspective, Drago, when you look at the chemical line, is there something you like? I need this to happen for me to get away from this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I need to start thinking.
That's a good question. Yeah,
that's how I need to start thinking. Like I need this to do this a little more to get away from this. Like what in your mind needs to happen?
I'm a huge smell fanatic. So and I know Sword has deodorizing in it, so you can add a scent to it. But man, if that stuff had a scent, sheesh. That's all I got.
What kind of scent?
I don't know. I like grape, but I don't know if my client will like grape. That's the thing. So
grape would be
leather would smell like butthole.
What about? It'd be crazy if we put like the juicy melon scent.
Yes.
And Sword.
Yep.
That'd be nuts.
Hey, smell Loki. Do you like the Loki smell?
Yeah. It reminds me. This is my opinion. It reminds me of Hero.
Really? Yeah, I guess it is melony, right? I think Hero's a little melony.
I think Hero's strawberry melon. I think the lemonade now, strawberry lemonade.
Oh, they changed scent?
Yeah.
I still got a gallon from like a year ago, so that might be why.
Yeah, it smells
good. The Detail Co stuff smells, but after you spray it smells tropical.
Yeah, I think ours is the best you can get non-smelling.
I don't know if there was a new Hero. I think it's just Hero. I think it's just Hero in general. They don't announce V2s.
Hey, I think I got a dud for a gallon of their wash this year. I want you guys to look at something real quick.
This is his opinion.
No, I'm about to turn the podcast off.
What's going on with this gallon? So Shampoo Plus is supposed to be really thin. This stuff is thick.
Oh wow!
How old is that?
I got it like 2 weeks ago.
Because their shampoo, I would just tell them because their Shampoo Plus. Did you get that from us?
No. Well, I think I did actually.
Nah, Shampoo Plus is a different color.
Yeah, see, the first gallon of it I had, it was really thin and viscous, and it foamed great. And that shit, I got to put half a cup in a foam can to get it to do anything.
I'll talk to Brad. We'll send you another one. If you got that from us, we'll replace it. It shouldn't be. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin.
Yeah.
And
the first gallon I have, that was my favorite shampoo I've ever used.
Yeah, it's nuts. Pretty good.
Yeah. Shampoo Plus is wild. I mean, I'll send you if you got that from us. I'll send it to you. If not, you got to talk to DJ and the boys, DJ and Brad, and
that's weird though.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because it should be. It's thinner. It's as thin as pan soap.
Mm-hmm.
I think ours is thicker than Shampoo Plus.
Mm-hmm. When I got it, I just thought it was like version 2 or something. I was like, well, it's probably still really good, but I don't know.
No. Their Shampoo Plus is nuts. See, even Mike's saying it doesn't look right. So and the color changed to like it's like a dark green blue. It looks like what's a forest green kind of situation. Mm-hmm. I'll just send you one right now.
Interesting. Bro. It happens. Yeah. Ain't no telling. But yeah, I'd get that replaced. So check your orders wherever that came from. I'd just report that. I don't know about that Jello soap.
Yeah, that was weird.
Looks like gold class.
So what do you keep it? Why do you keep it if it doesn't? Did it
work? I just haven't thrown it away.
Dude, don't throw it away. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you after the podcast. I'll send you one.
Pour some water in there. Shake it up some.
Water. I think it probably must have froze or something in it.
Maybe it froze.
Yeah, Shampoo
Mississippi. Where'd it come?
Well, it came from Chicago.
If it came from us, it came from Chicago. Yeah, there's chance.
But remember, it came from Florida to Chicago to him. Yeah. So it went from hot to cold. So I'll check it out. I'll replace it. I'll replace it for free.
50%.
Thank you, sir. I don't really know if it came from you guys or not. I'll have to check with my wife because she orders everything for me. She keeps track of the inventory. So get with her and ask her where she ordered it from.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't want you
send
to send me a whole gallon if I
Dang,
didn't.
she keeps track of the inventory.
Dude,
Dang,
your
that's
wife
awesome.
is wild. Dude.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife keeps track of spending my money. Yeah, like
dude, wish I had an inventory manager.
The only inventory manager I got is myself. Your wife really does that? Like, how does that work?
Like, I'll tell her exactly what I need or what I use the most of, and she's been good about keeping up to date with it. So if she sees I'm getting low on something, normally she'll go ahead and order it, or I'll tell her, "Hey, I'm about a week away from running empty on this stuff." So then she'll order it.
Last question, then we're gonna head out. What's your
Drago's favorite towels of all
Diva
time?
Goat, the Diva. Is it right? Just the regular Diva, the big one?
Yeah, big boy.
Yeah. Those things are fantastic.
There you go. That's Drago's top picks right there. Divas. What was your top 3 detail code? Sword, in-game.
Sword and shield, interior protect,
sword, shield,
and the iron remover.
There you go. There's his top picks, everybody. Look, Drago 10, save 10% next order. Man's gonna need a chainsaw, needs a fence. We're gonna get him back on his feet, everybody. No more disasters.
He needs
no more disasters, too. Adam. Yeah, he needs joy. Joy. He's got chunky soap. I don't know what's happening in Mississippi right now, but it's been rough.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Nuts. What a day you had. Here's what you're gonna do though. Next time we have you on, you come in and look in this funk, canceling the show. We're gonna do like tease off for the boys. And I'm talking about canceling the show. All right, Drago, I sent you that gallon.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. All right, we got you fixed up. You got anything for the people on the way out? Wise words from Drago. Get ready.
No, you're up. They could tell. They could tell. They could tell.
What's the next TikTok video?
The Fantic scrubber.
Oh.
Oh, what?
The next one's a flop.
Oh, Lord.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Drago 10, everybody.
It sucks. Don't tell TikTok, dude.
So, do they send you? How does this work? Do they send this to you or what?
How does TikTok? Yeah. That's a good question. Like,
how does that work?
Fantic's actually a good brand. So they reached out because I've done several of their products. Because you could go on TikTok and request a free sample from any given company. So I did a few of their products in the past, but they reached out to me with this one and said, "Hey, we got this new scrubber that's about to drop. That's about to come out. It's a new product. We'd love to send it out to you." And I was like, "Sure." So I got it, and it's less than impressive.
What's the TikTok, Drago?
Drago Detail.
There you go. Yep, that'll wrap us up, everybody.
All right.
Fantic.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Sorry, everyone. He was in the funk. Kind of ruined it.
Depressed. He's got chunky soap.
He's all sad. He's got chunky soap.
What a tree.
He got tree problems. My dude is having a week. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll bite you back or bring your A game, dog.
Go follow, man. Dragon. When are we gonna start seeing full YouTube videos from you?
When TikTok shuts down.
Never.
When TikTok shuts down. Look, our people's never even used the TikTok. You never use TikTok-y. It's gonna be tariffed. He belonged on the funk. He belonged on the funk. Get off me! Get the funk out, Drago. Maybe a baobab in the garage or something. I don't know. We'll send you some juicy melons or something. Lift your spirits on.
I sent you your soap. Throw that other stuff away.
Get it out of here. Chunk is gone. Where did my music go? There it is. Bye, everybody.
See ya.